Hey, what's going on? The camera tricks. Hey, what's going on? We got a new social such here. Let's hang a wrangle. So looking at Shannon Brain and Brain. And I'm looking at just an overlay of this 55-inch screen TV. And looking at the hand airport surveillance CCTV, smart windows and stuff like that. And just a surveillance camera here. And this must, my chief complaint is, it's such a binary. Highlights your survey. And I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? People. I was thinking to myself, as it turns out, interview highlights.
When I'm talking to somebody, world leaders, and almost anybody, I assume that State Department, I think Mike Pompeo was on, I think many people were on, and many people.
When I'm talking to anybody, I simply engage. That's like, it's like going to a luncheon, right? 6.5 people there, or 6 people there. And I'm like, what? I was talking about your bone loss and stuff like that. You don't eat, you're a hustler. Your mom doesn't eat, she's a hustler. I mean, your mom doesn't eat, such and such. And it really just boils down to to be honest with you, in the prime time, where it's not the daytime, it's beyond 6 o'clock here, and you're kind of like had your dinner or whatnot, and you're like, okay, whatever's whatever, right? It's prime time, right? But just thinking about yourself, you're not so much in a shima where you're like, 9 a.m. I gotta do this, or you're like, you're kind of eating your dinner, I guess, and you're kind of like, so you're having your beverages, right? And so, you're doing that, and you're like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I kind of need to percolate on what the whereabouts of things that happened to it today, and so that I can retrospect on and make better for tomorrow. When it becomes a dead end is when it comes to full cycle, towards like, wait a minute, I'm kind of stuck in this this crazy 8 thing where it's kind of like it doesn't go anywhere. There's no upward lateral. There's no upward movement. You know what I mean? So when you say it's prime time, it's like world stage. Well, it's not prime time in, like, say, London, right? Or something like that. They're about to wake up or something like that, right? Such and such, or Japan or something like that, or whatever, right? In international waters, right? House Democrats continue their behind closed doors impeachment inquiry. So with prime time, you're like, damn, that's nice varnish right there. Censorship vote, right? Oh, that shit. Sure, it's prime time. What do you expect? Censor vote. This guy talks with his hands. Shift. Oh no, it's not a shift. This the whistleblower guy. So shift, like, alright, crime. And like censorship. And we were talking about earlier today, we retrospect. John, Doug, whatnot. Talking about shifts, and shifts in general, like, what I'm saying, if you kind of like want to chill and you don't want to have like no outside noise or whatnot, even though after that's all said and done, people still pull away to block you in or whatnot. I don't think people are out there for your best interest. I still think it's a mistake to say, people out there for your best interest and whatnot. When in fact, they say, with the media twists on binaries and say, twist on binaries and say, on couch arrest, like that's supposed to be funny, but it's really a negative connotation of like intent, right? So, you know, and this guy throws out his name, all of a sudden Taylor, this guy throws out his name as Bill Taylor, you know what I mean? And all it's curious is, and you wonder how many people got fired today, you know what I mean? You wonder how many interviews happened today. Who cares, right? But I do, you know what I mean? Because, like, you know what I mean? More people over me is better. Instagram just really lights me up, you know what I mean? Simply because, you know, I sit up here and these people, like, you know what I mean? Some people are like, yeah, take advantage of you and whatnot, or, you know, you're feeling taken advantage of. And it's like, it's no win policy, because it's like saying someone entering your database and saying, oh, well, you know, it doesn't matter, whatever you do. But you don't say that. You just you do say that. You say it's almost like it's just like, you know, and people try to chase you down in any way or another, such and other. So whether it be a dossier, whether it be Clinton, whether it be now it's on my Ukrainians, and all this other and all this other mess, and like you know, everybody's like, oh, well, this is all web weave or something such. They already deferred, like, until past Christmas, you know what I mean, on anything past holiday shopping and stuff like that. So, you know, anything now is just looking for, like, bestsellers and stuff. The council. What? Nothing, man. It's like saying, okay, well, look at this guy. Okay, so you got the council. I don't know how to read it. I mean, I'm talking about, like, things like digital. No, forget me. What is that in the background? Anyways, the secret impeachment. Oh, this is where, what do you call it? Where Mike Pence comes in and is a key player in this, factors himself in as you know, as a factor in this, and helping solidify the presidency. And so inquiries, and so it's Radio City, man. Damn. Anyway, damn, look at those sidewalks. They're hella wide, dude. And then anyway, I'm just going off. I get lost. And just when you get laxed and stuff, and you try to, like, just go. And in any case, you're like, oh, you know what, you shake it off, and you're like, oh, you know, if you had the divide of this idea, and it's like, you know, with impeachment and I don't really know the difference between law and media, really. To be honest with you, arbitrarily, I'm thinking to myself, a quid pro quo, honestly, to be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, arbitrarily, like I said, you know, I mean, if I could, actually, I'm speechless. I'm damn near mute. Like, you know, I'm so marginalized on mute. Like, you know, I used to think about things. Like, I'd watch President Bush and be like, and watch his State of the Union and be like, oh, what is he going to say? You know what I mean? Everybody's hyping it up. Now it's like, oh, no, you know what I'm saying? Now you're so turned off to it. You're like, you don't even want to, like, pay attention to it at all, really. You know what I mean? Because it sounds like a circle. And the topsoil of the conversation is like, yeah, it's just the same little generalizations that you hear over and over again. Quick, and there's rotating names, or something. Bill Barr is going to step in again, or something like that. But back in the days, 8 years ago. 10 years ago, you'd watch, you say, oh, and watch the State of the Union or President Bush, they say he's messing up really bad. You know, or you say President, or the President Obama, you know, whatever, is working on Medicare or something, or you're trying to go back to work. Well, so why don't you just pay attention to, like, 30 Rock or something like that, and watch State of the Union because you've seen the motorcade or something like that. I don't. So and say, oh, there's a birthright. I was like, oh, I thought we were born in the same hospital. My bad. I thought that was just me. That was just me. I just thought maybe I activated Ashima too much, too hard, or something like that. And then the distrust gets placed where it's like, no, he wasn't born there. I'm like, oh, damn, man, he had to say all that. Makes me wonder why he said that in the first place. And even it's speculative to even think, and you don't know either way because it's already too late. So it's like, you're just kind of going about your day, feeding your rabbit and stuff, and you're and doing these things, and you're like, well, you hear a quick call, bro, you look it up, Google it, right? That's harassment. Wait a minute, I'm familiar with that. And then you say, and you look all these other things up, all the other things, whistleblower, well, I don't know about that, right? And they're like, oh, we have a variable, and you get an expert, and you're like, it's Radio City, doesn't matter, but it looks like people are going to be buying bestsellers because it's deferred anyway. So even if they're entertaining an impeachment idea, they have to wait until New Year anyway. So until then, they're like, why are they throwing rotten vegetables at a tank? You know what I mean? And all this other stuff. Until a week. Until I do, dude. And and I haven't seen this dude since forever, man, because I just figured that's my doctor. And you know what I mean? With curly hair. And then so, and it doesn't matter, and you know what I mean? And Sharon's has good glasses, right? But actually, those are Agnew glasses, dude. Those are Agnew glasses. You say, KDVO, and I don't know. But that's not him, though. He's 20 years his junior, right? So, and that's totally wrong. That's totally wrong. So is impeachment a melee? Yeah, it's a melee. Impeachment melee. Because what they did was, to be honest, in the speeches alone, what they did was, the Democrats, what they did was, and then they renegotiated, they reneged on the idea of the impeachment processes because they had 2 witnesses that stepped down. They had 7 together, and then 5 of them fell apart, and then they said, oh, we're going to postpone it until after Christmas because the 5 of the 7 witnesses are no longer wanted to testify or something like that. All of a sudden, right? All of a sudden you put up a blog, and all of a sudden, the stock market changes, and 5 witnesses don't want to step into the testify, right? So what does that mean? So there it is. That's it. Those are facts.
Thanks, Shannon.